Well, episode 29 FPL Top Dogs, Ballyhaunis, and welcome. This is the Christian Nixon Pub Fantasy League uh, podcast, and I'm the guru to take you through, well, poor, really, very poor season. Played the bench boost, and yeah, it didn't quite work out apart from Mikolenko's goal, but it's a bit meh, completely bit meh. Won't stay too long in this episode. Bit of flu or not flu, but cold, sore throat, all that baloney. Um, yeah, so we'll see what we have. Going through the motions here completely. Next season it's going to be completely different. Seriously, I don't mean the rank or anything. I'm just going to. I think you get bogged down with these influencers and watching too much of us and listening to too much of us, and just should really go your own way. Like, should have picked Sade. I was on about getting Sade. It ends up didn't go. I would have went for Sade if it wasn't for Haaland and that late team news, and you get done then, and this is the fallout. So it didn't work out. The Haaland trying to be too clever, and it's just egg on your face. And I thought, oh, yeah, let's get Haaland and have a crack. 925k, give it a go. Made a little bit of an increase, but who cares? It's not a completely disastrous bench boost, but it's 13. You want to be getting 15. Anything under 15 is could have been worse. People have had worse people than you. Yeah, so just it feels like everybody returns, but that Cunha was a big blow. So I got rid of him immediately. For Beto, I was considering, I got Vardy in as well instead of Isak and Marmoush. So, he didn't start, did he? 0-0, Man City on the beach. Congratulations. Total. Did I hear something? They had like 26 touches in the opposition box. But yeah, I didn't see the game. I just heard it on the radio, and it's just they didn't have an awful lot. They didn't dominate chance wise. I think Southampton had the best chance of the match actually. Late on, don't care. The whole season's been a complete. I want to say the S show, C show, whatever. Nobody's performed. Salah's been a joke. He scored that goal, didn't he? The penalty. But there's real. We're starting just to ask some big questions about Mo now, and he's got his contract. He's laughing now. I'm sure he was talking about, oh, I do a lot of charity work. Oh, I need to get paid this money. I can't click on to see exactly, but just off the top of my head, he definitely got a penno. Exit this page. Yeah, this thing might come up. Bad internet tonight. Yeah, so yeah, Dr. Tottenham came through. Of course, he would score against Tottenham. And yeah, so he got a start, did he? Did yeah, well, goal scored against Tottenham. It must have been the penalty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's nine. Yeah, Mo's on the beach and he's got nothing to prove. People will throw this back at your face. Oh, he scored the most points in the season, the whole lot. But look at this for a record. As people who took a chance and got rid of Mo early, that was the way to go. And a lot like at the beginning of the season, I held on to Haaland. Should have got rid of him. Didn't. Game week 6 wild card completely destroyed me after an amazing start. I was on top 50k right at the beginning, and I just blew it. Game week 6 wild card was the worst thing ever. Got rid of Salah, and Haaland just went on that massive blanking campaign, and he's come back. I was kind of thinking, will he come back? He owes me a few points. He definitely owes me. But like all through this season, it's just he started off well, and then all this sort of zone. Look at this from game week 19, a goal against Leicester, all the way down to the blank against Newcastle in game week 6, and we would have all captained him. And Mo, you can compare them all. So it's just been a complete. You can't rely on the big guys this season. Cole Palmer, another joke. All the money men. It's going to be really interesting next season. I'm not. There's so many traps out there now. Haaland doesn't get any touches. He just doesn't touch the ball. Um, and this Rodri thing is destroyed City, and they're absolutely hopeless. So yeah, good luck, enjoy. They're doing better than Tottenham, I know, better than United. It's the pot call and the kettle black, I suppose. But yeah, Vardy, yeah, he got his assist fecker, so I'll have Vardy, Haaland, and Beto, and I'll be going all out. Southampton away to Goodison Park, and you'd be half thinking, "Oh, come on, Everton, will you put on a show? You're leaving Goodison Park after all these years. You just put a couple of, you just do a 2-0. Um, like just do a 2-0, sign off, maybe a three. Beto score a penalty. Mikalenko got an assist. Pickford here. Because this is the last chance saloon just to get up into the top 750k now. It, it's better than last season, it's better than the season before, but this isn't fun. This FPL stuff is not fun. It's just too much stress. Trying to keep so much going in your life, and you got this thing rotting your brain. This is the brain rot of men, fantasy football. Sorry to say it now, folks, but just be aware of it. And yeah, next season, I'm just going to be a Twitter guy. I'm going to buy a fish head, put over my head, and I'm just going to pick absolutely lula stuff on my own way. Because if you're watching influencers and you're taking all that advice, you'll never win FPL. Because everybody else is doing it. There's thousands and thousands of clones out there just going to go copying, and they're happy to copy, and they're laughing at everybody. You got FPL Harry all laughing. They're all top 10 cares every single year, and there's some sort of a mafia that's keeping all the private information and the secrets. It's. I think the whole leak thing is destroy the whole thing, because people will eventually see through this crack with these people with Twitter accounts. Not going to call out names, but they're selling information. Where are they getting it from? And now they've closed the information, and they're able to control it and get good information. Now, yeah, we took advantage of the Haaland thing the other day, but I'm sure other people are getting better information, and they throw you a bone when they're feasting on 100 bones. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I meant to feel good about that. Well, it definitely didn't pay off. He played the whole 90 minutes, but he maybe got one chance. I don't know. Um, Vardiol, okay, but yeah, just go Lula now for the season. Captain Vardy. I might put it on Beto. I just don't care now. Have it. I'm not going to be a top 10 top dog now. 3 years now outside the top 10. It's a complete joke. Not going to go to the vulgarities and all this. Um, I'm not going to test the voice too much today, and this thing is really just going to have to. Well, top of the Christy Nicholson is Joy Commando Neenan anyway by 15 points to Neil Lacers Carney. Now, if this thing will load, I'll just have to recite, go all the way down. And third, I think, is Stevie Stretford Nolan, who's about 60 odd behind. Let's see. Let's see now. Yeah, thank you for loading. I really appreciate it. Thanks, House Wi-Fi. Really appreciate that. So as I said, 15 points down is Joey. He's managing to kind of grind down Neil here, unfortunately. Joey going, really odds on now to win his third Christie. And he's just like, you get no information from Joey. He tells nobody nothing. He keeps everything to himself. And whatever he's doing is just winning formula every season. He's a top 10K. And there's just no getting around this. That's his thing. That's his baby. That's the bet. That's what he's good at. And we're just lightweights and trying to land punches on heavyweights when you got the likes of Joey here. It's just there's no point. Like, it's just it's forlorn. Absolutely, resistance is futile. Yeah, so Neil, it's up to you, bro. It's you got basically the same team as this guy, and I think it's guts or no glory. Um, you know what this guy's going to do. He's going to play all the routine picks. That was the big thing. Everybody was saying Marmoush Wissa. You know what he's doing. You've tried to go for Milenkovic. Mm, maybe that you're trying to set up a bit of a Bournemouth thing at the end, but we don't know what's happening to Cliver. Um, I think there's an ambush at the end of the season. I'm not sure if it's Southampton or Leicester playing Bournemouth away or one or the other, but it's a good fixture if you can stack up on Bournemouth. But it's up to Neil's going to have to sit down here and see where he can attack. That team, Joyce puts Saliba on the bench. There's no Saka. Everybody's looking. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's Liverpool have Southampton at the end, so it might be Leicester. I don't know. Leicester have come on now a bit. We saw against Forest in a 2-2. So he's got rid of Saliba. Fair enough. Didn't keep the clean sheet. Milenkovic, and he didn't get the results there. I think they lost out, didn't they? 1-0 or something. I Bournemouth are on the beach now, unfortunately. But yeah. Um, Sar does well for Joey, and Eze was probably the man to have there. Tottenham and United on the beach, complete disgrace. Really sick of it now, like look how far both teams have fallen. Seriously, where they haven't got the depth or the squad or the talent to play two games in a week, or like you got 60 odd thousand people turning up at Tottenham and United, 70, 75, I don't know, United, and they're getting baloney and they're just throwing it back in your face. And yeah, I suppose one of them will win the Champions League thing. But by God, whoever loses that match in Bilbao on Wednesday the 21st, they're going to go supernova, and it's going to be a bomb site. It's going to be Old Trafford, or it's going to be that whatever it's called, Tottenham Hotspur Lunatic Asylum Stadium. That's what it is at the moment. I was there for the Palace game, and I just couldn't believe what I was watching. Should have been down 3 or 4 at half time. Son came on, little bit of energy, can't finish to save his life. And VAR saved Spurs blushes a lot. The internet isn't really. Voice is kind of going because I've been quite ill over the last. I've been working through it though. Yeah, Stevie Strat just doing a good country trade, keeping you know, only half decent player out of the nothing's emerged from the pack. Roy Harford has just been solid. He's made better gains now to kind of lock down that fourth. Yeah, these guys know what they're doing. Better than myself or anyone, else. We're kind of lagged after the mission 60, 64. Yeah, I got a 59, but it didn't really do any good. Not what I was hoping. Yeah, this season without the doubles it's just totally ruined the bench boost scenario. And in the future going forward, I just don't think the three chips are any fun. And now you've got to contend with all these assistant manager cyborgs, with their 3 games, and they're just destroying you as well. You think you should be doing better, but you're not, because you all them to contend with. You got Connor Hussey here now. He's got a 57. Can't click into this because the internet's done tonight now. So I'll just take that as a sign that I've got shortened this. But I gotta get something done because I've got 2 evening shifts tomorrow, over the week, and I'm going to a gig on Wednesday. So I got the shift on Thursday at the Royal Albert Hall, and then Friday, that's when we all kicking off Spurs Villa, and I think United have a match as well. So they're all going to lose that. Fair play. Well done, Tottenham and United. Congratulations. Very proud of both of you. Go out there, put the kids out, and lose 4 or 5 nil. Do it. Sick of it now, really. Yeah, I've worn this. I'm not wearing any more t-shirts for any of them. I got a ghost here. Uh, the internet's gone, but who cares? I've got a ghost here with no face. Up with that, he had loads of chips, but it's not kind of worked out. Nothing's worked. Bench boost, fair enough. Yeah, it'd be love to have your bench boost at the last day of the season. Um, yeah, Connor Rossi, so he's got the Guardiola thing. Can't click in. What did he get? He got 3 points, and let's say he would have got the 3 points for the draw. That's what you get. 0 goals. So yeah, it's a bummer. It's just a bad end to the season all around. It's just been very, you know, it's not an enjoyable game anymore. Not with these chips that they have now. They're not suiting the whole thing, especially now the fact that with the FA Cup weekends have ruined everything now. And the FA just seem to be completely obsessed to make sure there's no doubles anymore. That traditional sort of melee the last few games of the season, like 36, 34, 32, with all that. All the fun, the whole thing it's gone out of it. And then the Club World Cup coming on. Jesus, who wants to watch that garbage? Nobody's gonna watch it. No, no. Give me the gag, give me something this gas season now. Yeah, the AFCON's gonna be next year. Brilliant. So yeah, that's gonna be fun now. I'll lose all your players for that one. Yeah, a bit blackpilled now. I have to admit, a bit FPL blackpilled. Defo, defo. So the Guru Killer clinging on. No more chips left. As anyone, top 500k. It's a very good season. Very envious of you dudes. It's you see how hard it was to finish top half middle. Um, and like was it 11 million people. So I don't know. It's 11. I don't know. Your top 5% possibly. In the game, but still that look, there's people in the top 10k in there just copying, like I just wish they had an algorithm to find out people who are just serial copiers. But they won't do that because it's just all advertising. It's just bums and seats and it's football. That's it. So Kevin Guru Killer Bride should definitely hang in there. Marky Phillips has fought very hard all season to hang in there in eighth. The Enforcer in seventh, so a bit of rivalry. The Phillipses. Yeah, if it was a cross country race, I think the Phillipses would be taking this and the Carneys. Okay, the Racers come second, or he might win it. Let's see now. That thing isn't done yet. There's still 2 more game weeks. Yeah, the two Phillips is now hanging in there together. Liam has dropped a touch. Bad game week. Still a bench boost left, but he's fighting for top 10. Still in there. Dara Hunt, third last year. It's been a very, very hard year. It's been completely. So I'm just gonna have fun this year. Next year coming, I'm just gonna take crazy. I'm just gonna look at the fixtures and just say who do I fancy scoring today? Who do I fancy clean sheet? And just I don't know. I don't know. Just gonna go total AWOL next season. Yeah, Farad Smaldo done well, 57 points. 82 from Huey Carney. Can we look in now what he's done? Yeah, Fleckin. Yeah, as the Eze dude, yeah, anyone, yeah, Eze and the Wood, brave captaincies there. Um, yeah, good. So that's the other Kearney. That's the last one. That's the second one we've seen. Dhoni's fighting away. Me and Dhoni neck and neck, I suppose. I got my wish. We're both going hand in hand and falling together. Dhoni with a 63, fair enough, all out. Now, De Bruyne, brave captaincy, but it didn't work out. Yeah, Shade, good call. Got in Shade. That was my man until I fell for the Haaland baloney. I don't want to say boot. I want to say the B with the S. I want to really say it. Off the camera, I'll say it. Yeah, I will. Um, yeah, Flecken returned. Yeah, De Bruyne didn't, and Shade did. Yeah, I missed my Shade. That was a bad. Wish I got Shade in. I should have backed what I was saying all week, and you don't do it. So what's the point in playing when you don't back yourself? Going into a bookies, and you're gone in there. Oh, I'm gonna back Shade, yeah. But by the time you get to the counter, you're backing some other dog. That was absolutely, yeah. Excuse me. There you go. Ryan Warden, 64. So top 850. I don't think I'll finish. Just have to go all differential. Um, Ryan Warden, 64. John C. Halpin will be happy with this season. That's not normally what he'd be all about. But there's plenty of chips for Ryan there. He'll clip in there. Don't know, won't be able to hold off Ryan. I don't know how many. I don't know. I don't know what is new. No. 2-2 wasn't it? It's also draw, so 5 points. With the new thing, I don't know. Like you better have that finished. That's assistant manager by this game week, or he's not going to be able to play his bench boost or free hit. But we'll see. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Like, is it 2-2-5-9 and 41-53? See, this is the problem. Like 53 points is basically like 200 points now in old FPL currency from back in 20 pre-COVID. It's basically 200 points now, 59 points. You can't make it back. It's just impossible. And there's just not the double game weeks. There's just none of the none of the premiums are performing. And when they are, they're not getting braces. They're getting just one returns. And there's a banger every other week, but it's all random. Like Shade's bang now, like for the last 5 or 6 games, and I still wouldn't buy him. So I'm not gonna buy him now, and he's gonna bang for the rest of the season. So brilliant, love it. Murphy bang for a while, bang bang. Um, yeah, the all these bang Bowen a goal here and there. He could have had three against Spurs. Um, so he scores against United, and with Crystal Palace, you don't know which one's gonna go bang. It's just complete random this year. You just can't predict Randy Reimer the results. No idea. Now that Southampton and Leicester are relegated, they're the form teams now. They're getting the draws, they're hanging in, they're scoring goals. Oh, but just give me a gun and put a bullet in it and just do Russian roulette. That's where I am at with FPL completely. And next season it's going to be a 5 minute job. I'm doing a pod, 5 minutes. That's my team. Fish head, buying the fish head. I am picking this guy because I think he might score. He scored before. It's a blah blah blah. Yeah, it's just this. I'm done, man. I'm completely shattered with this game. David McNamara won't be happy with that. He's barely top mill. He's got the chips left. Finally, he's been at bits and pieces. Somebody must have nudged him. And now, he's definitely going to he finish above me now and he brilliant happy days. Whee! Lovely, lovely. Get on there. But like really, even if you finished 45th in the Christie Nick and you've still finished top 850K, I'm marking that down as a moral victory. Top half a million is brilliant. Top 250, well, you're kind of getting to pro sort of level. You should have your own pod. Um, and like top 10Kers, they're just like, you know, they're just one down from Jesus, really, aren't they? No offense, Jesus, you're still number one. But there you go. They prance around the place, and I'm a top 10Ker. And you'll have Andy now from Let's Talk with his Eze thing, and he's had three Palace against Spurs, and by God, did that work out? And people like Let's Talk, they're the guys. That's why they get paid the big bucks because they're the best. Simple as that. Now, he's rustled from 250 into the top 50K. He's possibly now top 25. I just don't know how these guys do it. Um, no idea. I know idea. I think it's mainly because they back they have a dog. They're sticking on the dog. Um, and he had the decision with Haaland, like everybody did. He had the information, he gave it out, and he decided to go on form. And maybe he needed the minutes. And this is against a Southampton that is one of the worst teams in Premier League history. And there you go. And that's that's why people like Andy should be playing the game for the long run because then they have it's their game. It's not mine. Andy Cunyon will be very disappointed after the season. Looked well in the top 10, but things have ebbed away. He's over in Oz at the moment. He didn't get any help, with deadlines here and there. I feel a bit bad for Andy here, 36. Just a wild card left. I don't know what to say because there's nothing left in the season of any interest, really. Like, what do? You go all out in Bournemouth and Liverpool at home against Palace. Liverpool are on the beach. And now with Trent, it's my opinion of it is that he's left his childhood club, and he's taken a massive financial um package in his pay per monthly or weekly at the expense of his boyhood club, who could have got a fee if he signed, like Harry Kane did and Jack Grealish did for Villa. And he decided, well, I'll do Madrid a favor, and they don't need to pay 65 signing, like transfer fee. They could have had the stipulation in his contract. I think he should have signed it. And now there's a bitter taste, and now Liverpool fans are getting piled on. The media never ever say or explain or want to go that Trent has actually embellished his financial career by probably getting 600 to 700K a week at Madrid just to kind of keep stum and play everybody along. And it would be okay because he had the shroud of Salah and Van Dijk, because they weren't signing either. So he got away for a long while just playing that game. And yeah, he's grown up with the whole club, but like this is terrible stuff. It's like a divorce. Um, and it wasn't. I don't think it's amicable because he's getting mega wages now because Madrid paid him basically to not do anything and just walk out on the free. And so Trent's getting the money, but Liverpool aren't getting it. Oh yeah, well you won the title, and you oh thank you for your oh, well that's Liverpool's issue anyway. They'll have to replace him. I don't know. I suppose Bradley now will be a shoe in for all the templates. I'm so bored with this template, people. I really am. And I'm watching any of this influencer stuff next season. I'm not picking Bradley anyway. I don't care. Have him. Um, so Van Dijk is staying. He on his own would keep Liverpool a top eight club. Salah, of course, makes Liverpool competitive for the title, but I'm not sure anymore. He signed that contract now, and he can chill. He can chill. There's no Dubai thing, so he'll get Dubai after whatever year he signed. It was a 2 years. So I don't know. Enjoy. Liverpool won a canter this year. Um, is there anything emerging from the pack? Arsenal still haven't signed a striker. They have an issue with their Spursiness about winning stuff. It has to be said. I think the last time they won anything was in Mikel's first season, the FA Cup. So I know it's unfair, but that's football. They're very too much of a good team to just be, yeah, second, third, runners up. It's just not good enough. Um, and of course, like with the United Spurs thing, Arsenal that's the last thing they'll need is a teacup, a tea party, and a cup party, and all that stuff that they'll have at the high street if Tottenham do it. Um, let's have a look here. Ramble. So that was just a ramble in the Liverpool thing, but I am down. I feel bad for Liverpool fans over this. Some will have to keep quiet because they'll either be branded no grace, um, and it will cause a fracture in the fan base that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll see anyway next season. They're good enough to kind of defend the title again for next season, and I've lost all faith in Man City uh, completely that they'll ever get back to where they were under Pep. Um, so Merchant Arsenal will do what they always do: flat track bully. Too many draws recently, of course. That kind of destroyed us. That was the end of one of their titles. It was too many draws. I heard that one before. So just unlucky. I just don't. Is there anything emerging from the pack? Not really sure for next season. But then again, every season has got a unique strand to it from the other. Everyone can start afresh. Robert McCormick on 60. The Starman is ebbed away. I know. I'm ebbing away myself. Sarah Collins looking good, but things have ebbed away, so everyone's ebbing away now. We're kind of realizing now, no chipless and all that. Lukey Walsh, okay, 63, and he's plugging away. Yeah, through 40s here. Triple captain done. In Boomo, I think he got the assist, didn't he? So, excuse me. There's something there for Kieran to kind of knuckle down. Yeah, he made up a good bit of ground, I would say there. So fair play to Kieran anyway for keeping the game and the league honest. I really appreciate these guys. Like I've been in this situation for like two or 3 years, like, and I've always tried to fight 70 to 60 to 50 to 40 to 30. Just the way you look at it is just improve that overall rank and just get the best rank you can get. I know people. Oh, I'll just give up this season. I'll play next season and come back fresh. Yeah, that can work as well. Sometimes you just need a break for 6 months, and then come back more invigorated or detoxified. The Crumpet, 2 trips left. Um, yeah, just he knows himself anyway. He'll come back fresher for next season. And yeah, just in behind him, last year's winner and the Moyes thing. Sick of Moyes anyway. He got the win, didn't he? 3 points. Sick of Moyes. Really am. Assistant manager from hell, Moyes. Uh, Jackie Maloney doing bits and pieces. Very disappointing season, of course, for the Jack Meister in Canada. Pat Caulfield is freewheeling still. Um, the Maeve getting in Shady. So yeah, Bula bus for the Maeve. Yeah, that's fair play. Great, good decision. Yeah. Bench boost left. Uh, can't really go on too much now, but -4 by Ethan Keane. And all the chips left done a load of they done like a mini. No need for it, like all these chips, like but yeah. You know yourself. I'm not gonna say all these guys are loads of chips. Dylan was looking really good for a while of and then something happened at Christmas. Um Owen Rowe, the Love Boat Rowe, we know what he's doing in Clare Morris, and full kudos and support to the meet and greets and mental awareness and positivity. It's easier to be happy. I know, like I've been very black pill tonight, but it's just the end of the season. I just can't wait for it's all over, and I'll every day going by that there's no Premier League football. I'm gonna be so happy. Sleep ins, all this, forget about football. You know, I'm very apprehensive about this United Spurs thing. Pretty conflicted. It's I met a lot of the Spurs lads, and I know I've kind of realized like how important it is for them to win this. Everton hinges on the night, and I kind of found myself kind of hoping, well, would it be nice? They're nice guys and all this. They're friends of mine. And then the United stuff, and I realized over there that absolutely like Ruben Amers, he's a nice guy. He's too young to be miserable. He's got something about him. He's got a system. And Mason Mount has really come up trumps. He really has. And they're playing the same game as Spurs, trying to keep an eye on their players, and just everything is set for the 21st in Bilbao on Wednesday. So I suppose the answer is to kind of get in Ollie Watkins, for against Spurs on this Friday night. That's a no-brainer. Joe Braid, 54, bench boost, fair enough. And Pat Kylan with another bench boost. Yeah, just roll down here. I like the fact people have been active down here. There's a bench boost there for John Kelly. Hopefully he'll be able to get through the rest of his chips and just, do it, play it honest. Yeah. And Park Run. Nothing to prove anyway. Rugio and the Toffee Crushmeister, John Kelly, former winners of the Christie Nick, still plugging to keep it. The way I see the Christie Nick is like it's a bit like the Masters. You win it and you got the green jacket. You win the Christie Nick and nobody can ever take that off you. So yeah, you can just yeah, won the Christie Nick. So yeah, that's the rest. And Lee Chambers, 61. He's a bit down the dumps. He got logged out there a few times with his phone and missed things in the FPL at Dunham. And we're talking about I really enjoyed the Sun Dream Team thing. It's you have the 11 players and you have to keep on it, and you got 2 transfers every week without fail. You can ram those up to about 5 free transfers if you don't use them, something like that. It's either 4 or 5. And yeah, it's okay. It's great fun. I don't know, but I'm a top 5Ker in the Sun Dream Team every year. And I just don't know how to play this FPL game. Really don't know. It's it, this season's been the craziest, uninspiring letdown of a season I've ever known. That the more boring you are, the better you do. And it's just stifled the life out of anyone that's got a heart, a brain, and the blood in them to have passion. And it's, I'm not condoning the use of drugs, man, but Jesus, uh, I don't know, something to numb the brain, you know. 67 for Jason Coyne. I need some pills, folks. I'm gonna have to cut this now. Save the voice. I'll need it for tomorrow night at the Royal Albert Hall. Flogging programs. 80, very good for Keith Robinson. See, there you go. Like, it's just five from the bottom. And Eze, so this is, I like doing the shows here because at least, like, if you do watch the pods, you know, I suppose you could go through it, but like, who goes through all the players and what they've done? So that's a very good call. Like getting rid of Barnes for Eze and Marino. I know he got sent off as well. He scored. I think with the Liverpool game. That's a bummer, but he did score. I think he'll only get a 1 game ban. I think it's 2 yellows, so he should be back ready, raring to go for Southampton away. So that must be Leicester away to Bournemouth. So that's why a lot of people would be thinking. Well, I think Bournemouth are on the beach, and I think Leicester want to go down in a blaze of glory with this Vardy stuff. He's still waiting for 100 and he's on the 199 goals. So I'm backing him anyway. I think he'll get a hat trick. Um, himself and Beto put a bet on double hat trick. Um, yeah, let's go down in the blaze of glory with Leicester. And then the worst thing, we got Leeds, Burnley, and probably Sheffield United to go up. And where have we seen them three teams before? Uh, mm, uh, uh, mm, mm, some guy with a bucket. Some guy called Bam Bam. Oh, some guy called Lundy Strummerman. What's the other? Can't think of any Burnley players. Oh, shocking stuff. Was Wood with Burnley back then? Oh God, can the championship produce anything interesting? To come up for a season like Luton or something to go. Luton were interesting. They were fun to watch. Tried to do a crazy gang on us and just missed out. Watford are another sort of crazy team as well. Could be capable of anything. I suppose Leeds will be in that sort of category. Crazy event and big fan base. Oh, I don't know, folks. I don't know. I don't know. I think half that squad are still there. I know Crotch is still there, and Aronson, is he still there? Is that Plonker from Wales still there? The former United, whatever his name is. Wales dude, you know I'm on about. Are you joking me? Seriously? Is Bamford not even there? Well, that just goes to show how much you really watch the leads in the championship. You don't know any of them. Of course, I don't know. I don't want to know any of them. I don't want to know any of them in the championship. Okay, I'm going to get to know them when they're up in the Prem. I'm going to leave it at that. So, yeah, next season, United and Spurs will be in the championship. Um, yeah, enjoy. Yeah, might win a game then, maybe. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. I'm gonna probably take the night off and just get sleeping pills and sleep through this Bilbao thing. Um, it's going to be stress either way. So that's the crack. That's the story anyway. I've been pretty massively black pilled about the whole shenanigans. Really am. You've got a lot of food for thought. Tonight, lots of I suppose that's you kind of tune in for a bit of opinion. What's out there? Not afraid to show it. I suppose that's one thing. And yeah, yeah, I always like Bone. Fair play to Bone. One of my favorite players, Bone, is just exciting, and he's the heartbeat at West Ham. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka, another one. So I'm hoping for a good game week this game week with the Everton. I'm just hoping for a clean sheet, like praying for a 2-0. Forest need to win the last two to kind of have any hope of Champions League after the Leicester debacle. And I think something a slip up with the fitness staff, medical staff, or whatever about Ironi for Forest and leading to them having to play with only 10 men or whatever the story. I'm not sure, but yeah, they went. Their chairman, he went absolutely lula, didn't he? Who cares? It's whatever. Forest will probably get Europa. So yeah, that's I City are on the beach, Bournemouth on the beach. It's going to be an 0-0. Not impressed. And at 38, see, this is the Villa and the Chelsea. They've moved the games forward, and yeah, the whole thing is spread over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is there? Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? So the whole game week is spread from Friday to Tuesday. Isn't that a sickener? Oh, it's just torture. It's just like being on the rack. This Premier League, man. Um. So yeah, only one transfer. Everton, Newcastle, not going to be cool all in Everton. And then I've got my Wolves to go and play against Brentford. And some sort of a fun pick, maybe. I don't like Bellegarde. He's been a massive flop. There's a terrible decision getting him in from the start. So I'll probably just transfer him to Shade and hope it's a 4-4. Last or maybe whatever anyway. Something. That's the game I'd be more interested in. The Wolves Brentford one last game. Try and end in a high, finish top 750k if it's possible. And yeah, can't wait for it all to be over. I'll be over. I'll be back in Ireland for this game for the last game week and possibly max anyway. I'm not going to the Brighton game. I've had enough of it. I've had enough. I've been to 10 Spurs home games this season, and I'm not sure, but I think I've seen them one twice. Um, I don't care anyway. Like just to have some sort of skin in the game, isn't it? It's you say to somebody, I'm going to season table, and then they all like, oh, and there's a big talking point, and there's anywhere you go in the world, and it's just people, no matter who you're into, like they're following the Premier League all over the world. um, Spurs. See, I'll be, yeah, I'll see the match back on the 22nd, and then heading back to London on the 26th, Monday the 26th. So it's a nice little break. I have all the hats from last year. I have to figure out. I've took a look at the top 10 from last year, and I'll see which one of you are around, and I'll put it on Facebook or whatever. And if you're about, pop in, and you'll get your FPL Top Dogs top 10 hat. And good for you. There's a few regulars in there every year getting it, and we'll just have to find out what is the secret to these guys' success. Um, will they throw us a bone? Um, or is it just gangrene? So let you go, folks, and thanks for everything. And give us a like and a subscribe. Go out, just something's done now for this game week. Yeah.